CES 2019, we're taking a look at the Samsung Bot, which is a lineup of robots that are coming out in the future. They really do have a varied selection here. You get everything from sort of this general care bot to a air purifier and a B2B option. Friendly face, very emotional sort of eyes. I think this one might be my favorite actually.
Samsung Bot Care connects to these IoT sensors throughout your home.
And this is the air version.
On the back wall here, and it navigates to a contaminated area of air and then purifies the space. So you can see these color
and it gets straight up pissed about the air being bad.
Signifies that it's found contaminated air.
It is not happy
about that. The yellow means that it's purifying, and then the green light. Everyone take a deep breath in with me. Come on, breathe in and release.
Look at that. I wasn't given a reason why it doesn't have a mouth, but it has to do maybe something to do with the facial motions that people might find creepy. I think it'd be able to emote a bit better if it did actually have a bit of a mouth or something. That aside, this was a sort of private session. You had to actually like sort of be invited to get into this little tiny area. I wasn't expecting it. I just kind of jumped in and well, I didn't jump in, but I had a booking and with the Canada side of things, and they just threw me into the robots right over there. Like, you want to see some robots? And I was like, oh yeah, I do. And yeah, it was one of the cooler things I saw at CES this year. And if the camera angles are a bit weird, it's just because I'm fighting with like a pile of other people to try to get like a good position to actually capture these. But I think I did actually a pretty good job. So you get a variety of things with this. But it seems to really be more care focused, and I think that maybe hits towards an older demographic in terms of providing support, because I mean it has an emergency call, and it has blood pressure checking and music therapy, and it can dance, and it can showcase certain things. I was personally hoping for like a little bit of a, I guess, a companion bot or a little tiny robot that would perhaps follow you around and do cool things for you. But I do get the point of what they're trying to do with this, and it is an early technology. It's definitely in its infancy, but it's really interesting to see this actually like be there in person and seeing this friendly robot. I went and actually tried to take a selfie with it, which was pretty funny. So basically when I was doing the selfie, it would look at my phone and then it would kind of like stare deep into my eyes and stuff, because I was like trying to take a selfie, but it's trying to figure out what I'm doing, because it's supposed to register, you know, the human, right? So it's looking at me instead of like, you know, the selfie that I'm trying to take, and it's like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? So it's not selfie friendly, if that's something you've been desiring from your robots. Hopefully they'll be able to implement that at some point. But it was just so funny to see it like turn and kept like looking at me, and I was like, I'm trying to take a selfie with you, stop it. And it just was not working. So what they're showing off now is basically reminding somebody to go and get their health checked through the robot. So she's toggling something, and then, you know, he needs to take medicine, and then, you know, the robot will actually go and be like, you need to, you know, do this sort of thing. And I'm doing off and on for audio in the background. Later on I'll just kind of have like a long-term presentation on it. I just want to kind of cover it and chat about it, because I'm very interested in this type of technology and what it's going to do in the future, because I mean we are going to have robots and stuff. I mean, that's just going to be how it is eventually, and these are just like the small stepping stones towards that. So they've got this general one, and then they have the air that you saw, and then they also have like a business one you'll see a little bit later if you stick around or skip ahead. And that one is something where it's got food and stuff on it, and then you pick what you want, and then you just kind of pay the robot. You can like tap the screen and everything. Very interesting type of technology. And I think generally this is a really cool thing to kind of take in and just be one of the first people to sort of see this. Because I mean, this isn't going to be commonplace for a very long time. We don't know how it's going to develop. We don't know how it's going to change. Again, me trying to fight for the good camera angle here. Doing my best. I'm like holding up like a stand kind of thing up in the air. And it's just, yeah, trying my best here. Very interesting situation though, and nice to see Samsung really pushing it and doing a lot of different things with the technology, the robots. I don't know, it's like a friendly little thing. It's got a lot of emotive qualities to it, and I think it's a pretty good size. I don't really know too many details because you don't get a lot of information. They're just really trying to show the applications of what this can do in the future and sort of what they're doing with it right now. So obviously it responds, it knows when something's wrong. So if you fall and you can't get up, you don't need life alert anymore. You've got yourself a little robot that can either call, just somebody for support, like a family member if they're designated as that, or they can actually directly go to, some supportive paramedics or something like that along those lines. So it's very interesting. So this is the general showcase. So the part that you saw earlier was actually taking place after this part, but I felt that it was a little bit more action-packed and showcase of what these do at the start.
Samsung Bot Care is a companion robot, and it's designed to help manage the health and well-being of its user. Take, for example, when you're asleep. Samsung Bot Care can monitor your breathing patterns and your sleep behavior using a sensor installed just at the bottom of the chin. In the morning when you wake up, the robot can greet you and give you a rundown on how you slept the night before.
Good morning, Jesse. Did you sleep well? You slept a total of 8 hours. You slept deeply for 4 hours.
Not bad. Okay, thanks. Now, as you get ready for the day, it can give you a daily briefing on what you can expect weather-wise in your local area and help you prepare in terms of how to dress or if you need to bring a rain jacket or an umbrella. Now, returning back to Samsung Bot Care's direct health features, it can regularly check your vital signs, including measuring your blood pressure and calculating your heart rates.
Please place your finger on the sensor below the screen. Relax and try to stay still.
Now, as you just heard, I'm placing my finger on the sensor as it takes my blood pressure and heart rate.
5 seconds left. Keep up the good work.
Just like that.
You got an A today. Your blood pressure score is 118/76.
Now, you can also connect it with Samsung Health, where it can systematically manage your health data. Now, Samsung Bot Care can also tell its user when it needs to take medication, and if that medication comes with any side effects.
Jesse, it's time to take medication for your runny nose. The medicine might make you drowsy. Let me know when you finish it.
Now, just so you know, I don't have a runny nose, but I'm going to pretend to take the medication. There, I've taken it.
Great job.
Now, Samsung Bot Care can also get you moving. It can guide you through a series of physical exercises and its synchronized motion. Now, even though they're not nearby, caregivers and health providers can remotely control the settings of Samsung Bot Care, such as providing reminders about taking medication or checking vital signs. Basically, it allows healthcare professionals and loved ones to worry less about how the user's taking care of themselves. On top of this, caregivers can also receive daily reports and updates, which will keep them up to date on the client's health, allowing them to provide constant care. Now, in an emergency situation such as a fall, the sensors will notify Samsung Bot Care about what has happened. It moves to the position quickly and monitors the user's condition. From there, the family can be notified about the current situation, and Samsung Bot Care can even call 911 if needed. These are just some of the ways that Samsung Bot Care can look after you and your family's health. And it's a very exciting time, the potential of this new product from Samsung. But now, I'd like to introduce you to Samsung Bot Air. When you're in the kitchen and you're cooking up a storm, the air can become a little bit smoky at times. Well, thanks to the IoT sensors in the kitchen, Samsung Bot Air can automatically move there and start purifying the air. We can see exactly how much of the air is being cleaned, watching the lights go from red through to green. Now it's time to say goodbye to Samsung Bot Care and Samsung Bot Air. Hope you get to see these guys in your house very soon. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Samsung Bot Retail. From shopping malls to food and beverage outlets and mobile stores, this is a retail robot that can work its magic anywhere retail. Now, at the front of the unit, you'll see a large, bright display This display can show anything from directions through to interactive menus, advertisements and promotions, in fact, a range of information for potential customers. At the back, we've got an adaptable, fixable tray, which can be installed to the rear of the robot, which I'll be talking about in more detail in just a moment. Now, on the front, we've got an NFC module. That, in turn, allows customers to make payments with their mobile devices in any retail setting.
Would you like some dessert?
I should have, but I think I'll get some of that crunch pie.
Tag your phone for payment. Payment is completed. Thank you.
It's that easy. That's a great thing. Customers can order at the table and pay immediately with their mobile device. It's that easy. Now, we've seen Samsung Bot in a restaurant setting, but it's also set to change the way that you look at a retail setting too.
We have arrived at Samsung Mobile Store.
As you just heard, we arrived at the Samsung Mobile Store, and I'm looking to purchase an accessory for my Galaxy Watch. Samsung Bot Retail can recognize the product that I'm wearing and recommend an accessory that goes with it. Samsung Bot, recommend a strap that goes with my watch.
The Galaxy Watch you have selected come in different colors.
Let's see something.
Here are some of the recommended pairings with your Galaxy Watch. You can match it with these items.
See, Samsung Bot Retail not only gets customers to your store, but gives them information on products within the store itself as well.
Thank you for visiting.
Hey, thank you. Well, that's it. Samsung Bot Retail is such an exciting robot with so many different talents. It's an exciting time for retail and the future in which they deal with customers in a totally different way. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of your time here at CES.